5 years, the old Suzuki's brake calipers, well, they don't look as good as they used to. There are a fair bit of surface rust on them, there's no paint left, so I thought let's give them a bit of a spruce up, let's strip the whole lot down and let's give them a nice lick of paint. So the first thing to do to clean these brakes up, you've got to jack your car up and get your wheels off. So now that you got your wheel off, you want to start stripping all the brake components. So in my case it's two 12mm bolts on the back of the caliper. So on the back of the assembly here I've got two 16mm bolts, and once I undo those, this bracketry for the caliper will just pop off. So the reason I took this piece off is so it makes it a lot easier just to paint this. You can take the whole rotor off to paint it, but what I'm going to do is just mask it all up, mask everything up and just paint it on there. It's going to be too much of a hassle to actually remove the rotor. So we're just going to mask it up and actually paint the rotor on the car. So I got the caliper and mounting bracket off. So now I'm just going to repeat the process for the other side and then we can start painting. So now we've got both calipers on the bench, left and right side, and I've got all 10 lug nuts here too. So I'm going to paint these, and you're probably thinking, why would you paint them? They're just going to get scratched up when you try and take the wheel off. And they are, but what you only see with these rims is this front face here, and that really doesn't get scratched up. Especially with the caliper paint, it's really tough. So there'll still be a fair bit of paint left on the side, but only a little bit will get scratched up. So we'll make those look nice. We'll hit these with the wire wheel, get rid of all the rust. Try to get them back to bare metal, but it doesn't really matter. Just get rid of all the flaky rust and all the major rust, and then we're going to mask them up and go to start to paint them. So now that all the rust is removed from them, we want to get some wax and grease remover and wipe it down with that, and that'll get rid of any contaminants, and then we're going to spray it with the black caliper paint. So here's the calipers, lug nuts and sort of mounting brackets all painted, and also the rotors. I've masked this all up, so before I painted it I masked up the freewheeling hub and the surface of the actual rotor. But now we'll chuck all these back on and see how good they look. So they're all back on now. I don't reckon it looks too bad. There's a few dodgy bits in there. In here it's got a bit of rubbing. They'll settle in because they're floating calipers. The back of the brake pads, you can't really paint them, can't make them look any better than they are, so got to deal with that, but all in all I reckon it's much better than the old rusty look it had. And that's how you make your brakes look good. Now you don't have to do it just on an old car with rusty brakes and everything. You can do it on your brand new car. Paint them yellow or something, make them a bit snazzy.